Hi, welcome to video B from class 4, and this class is all about sharing and emotional wealth. Hope you got to see the first video because it showed people helping out each other, and it felt great. I think it felt great. Hope you did too. Felt great to watch it. And why did it feel great is the reason for this video. So I went online, I looked around, it's like, could I find something about why people felt good when they helped each other? The biology behind the psychology. I couldn't find anything that was like less than 15 minutes. So I said, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to break it down for you. Why do we feel good when we do things for others? EDSO in action. EDSO is endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. These are neurotransmitters that we experience when we do things that are in our best interests. And like for surviving and thriving, this releases EDSO into our system. And it really helps us become, the more EDSO, the more fulfilled, the more joyful we are. So let me tell you about it. The first one was endorphins. And this purpose is to mask physical pain. And we all know where we get endorphins from. Running high, exercising. And that, so we can go through and finish up our exercise and be able to complete it without having to stop and go like, oh, the pain. Actually, we may, but usually the endorphins are enough to cover it until us later. So some great ways to get more endorphins, of course, are the exercises I talked about. But dark chocolate is also a great release of endorphins. So I know a lot of people just wrote that down in their notes. Dopamine. Dopamine, its purpose is to help us reach goals. So the to-do list, the accomplishes, the milestones, the awards. When you win these sort of things, you feel great. It's like, yes! And that makes you want to go out and do more. It's like, I want to do more. And this is what the corporations really kind of get you with their corporate goals, and they give you your bonuses, and they say, high five, good job. And they get you going. So that they feel like, hey, I want to do more of that. Dopamine. Warning. Dopamine is highly addictive. Highly addictive. Much like alcohol, smoking, eating, and your cell phone. Think about it. How you get more dopamine? Some ways you can get it is to get out there and really set up these goals. This is why you want to write down things in your book. This is why you want to set up your little goal, your to-do list. Check it off. Fantastic. Now, dopamine and endorphins don't need anybody else's help. You can get all of them you want by doing it all on your own. It doesn't need anybody else. Serotonin is what they call a selfless drug. This one, you have to help others. This is known as the leadership drug. And what this does is it strengthens our connection between people. You find this, leaders will find this between them and their team, coaches and the players, teachers and the students, and parents and their children. And now this is really, serotonin is one of the keys for when you have enough serotonin in your system, you have great mood, you sleep better, you have better appetites, you feel much, much better. Some great ways to get serotonin: sunshine, exercise, aromatherapy, and ironically, nuts and seeds, because 90% of your serotonin is in your gut. Healthy gut, lots of serotonin, good for you. Oxytocin, my favorite. Oxytocin encourages us to help others. And the more we help others, the more oxytocin we get released. Now, when you watch the video, did you notice how people would help others? They could walk a little bit more step in their, hop in their step. But also, the people that got helped were like going like, that was pretty cool. But the really cool thing about oxytocin is not only does the person that does the good deed feel good, and the person that has a good deed done to them feel good, but if you're just watching it, someone watching it happen, you get a shot of oxytocin. You get a hit. So you feel great about it too. And so it's designed to make it so we want to do more and more stuff for each other. Give you time, give them human contact. And high levels of oxytocin mean you're going to want to trust more. you're going to lower your cortisol, you're going to be more healthy, your immune system is going to be better. Life is better with oxytocin. Now, those are your selfless drugs. The more you help others, the more you get the drugs. Now, there was one bad drug I told you about. Cortisol. Not really bad, only in certain situations. Cortisol was designed for the fight or flight. Back in the day, there was two cavemen sitting there walking along. All of a sudden, there's some rustling in the tree. Ooh. One caveman goes like, "I'm out of here." The other one goes, "I wonder if it's a bunny." This is our forefather. This one didn't make it. So it was designed to go into our system to get us out of here. Fight or flight. We got to bust it. But the problem is that it was designed to go into our system and get out. And what happens now in our jobs, in our life, with all the stress, it's constant cortisol dripping into our systems. And too much cortisol lowers our immune system. So we don't trust anymore. We're less empathetic. We're less helpful. We lose the teamwork effect. Our cortisol actually goes down. So cortisol, when those trees are rustling, good. Cortisol all day long at work, bad. So bring it all together. We want to be aware of how the biology behind the psychology works. We want to be aware that the more we do good for others and the more we set these goals that are there to benefit us and help us survive and thrive, the better we're going to feel, the better we'll be, the better we'll have teamwork. And being aware of cortisol and how it just literally kills us is dangerous. So there you go. Next time you see something that you feel good and it feels good, or you win that award and you're like, yeah, you know that it's EDSO in action. Thanks a lot, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you soon.